Hey everybody, Tim here for the next MCU movie. The last one for over a year. I mean, this came out 2019, Spider-Man Far From Home, the second Spider-Man movie. Loved it. I thought it was great. So when they first came out with the first MCU Spider-Man Homecoming, everybody was so worried. They're like, oh great, we get to see Uncle Ben shot again, which didn't even really make sense because we already saw Spider-Man in Civil War, and they have never once even said Uncle Ben in the MCU. So, whatever. But a lot of people have always been like, oh, who's going to be the villain? And, I mean, Homecoming did a really good job with Shocker and the Vulture, and now we get another new villain, Mysterio, who they do fantastic, with Jake Gyllenhaal taking over, as the role. Now, back in the day, when Sam Raimi was still doing the movies, there was the rumors that he was going to do a fourth movie, and Bruce Campbell was going to play Mysterio. And for those who read, the Ultimate Comics by Brian Michael Bendis, there's actually a little teaser where Raimi is directing in one of the issues, and Bruce Campbell's wearing the Mysterio outfit. So, could have been interesting. I think Jake Gyllenhaal did a really, really good job. And I think overall, they did a fantastic job with the character. I mean, in the comics, what do I remember of Mysterio? He's like a movie prop guy or something, if I remember correctly. I could be remembering the Ultimate Universe. I don't know. But the way they did it in this, where he is a special effects guy, and I mean, the fact that they have the flashback to, Civil War, with Tony Stark doing his, barf routine, where it's, the therapeutic CGI computer, and then, go figure, Quentin Beck was actually in the background. I mean, it's kind of cheesy, but it works. It works really, really well. This is the first movie to take place after Endgame, obviously, because it's the first movie to come out. And for them to reference the blip, so I thought that was great, and I really kind of enjoyed it. When Jon Favreau as Happy shows up, I was like, oh my god, Jon Favreau was the creator of the MCU, going back to the first Iron Man movie. So the fact that he's still involved this many years later, it's great. It is so well done, and it makes me so happy to see him still there. Them talking about multiple realities, I'm not gonna lie, it totally, sucked me in, and I bought it, just like Nick Fury, just like everybody else. And he's like, this is Earth 616, which, for those that don't know, is the actual, the Marvel Universe is 616. And I don't remember what the Ultimate Universe, it's 2000 something, if I remember right, I don't know. And he's like, this is the Universe 813 or something. And so it's kind of interesting that they actually, address these multiple universes. And that is something we will experience they talked about the multiverse in Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange 2 is the multiverse of the madness of the multiverse or whatever. And Doctor Strange is going to be in Spider-Man 3. So we might actually see these multiverses show up. So loved that. I thought it was great. The Spider Monkey outfit, where he's basically wearing a black suit. It's a little bit of a Venom reference, but not over the top. So I thought that was great. I really loved it. I thought it was interesting. Peter giving the glasses to Quentin, I was like, you're fucking stupid. Why is this even a thing? It shouldn't have been. But it's kind of interesting just to see him actually go through the process. And I mean, Peter is young and dumb at this point of his character. So it worked, but it was a little over the top. The first Spider-Man movie, he tells Ned. The second Spider-Man movie, he tells MJ what's next. He's just fucking telling everybody. I mean, it's kind of, I remember reading about the Sam Raimi movies once again, where every 10 seconds, Peter's just pulling the mask off. And that's supposedly Raimi did not like the mask, and that's why he's always taking it off. We see it less in this, but at the same time, I do think it works well. Probably the most trippy scene is the illusion scene, which felt very original Mysterio. That is the moment where I bought Mysterio as the villain, when Peter's just getting all of these things coming at him, and it's all fake, and he goes to punch Mysterio, and he punches a wall and stuff. That was perfect. It was so well done, and it was amazing. They couldn't have done it any better. And it reminded me of Doctor Strange, just the way the magic worked. And to know it's just all illusion, it was beautiful. It was so well done. The Happy to the Rescue was great, just to see his return. The post-credit scenes, interesting. I'm more frustrated that it's been a full year and we have no payoffs at this point. But I'm super excited to see where they go. The best one is probably J. Jonah Jameson, once again, played by J.K. Simmons. Like the Andrew Garfield movies, I remember reading, like they didn't cast J. Jonah Jameson because J.K. Simmons was so well done. And he just embodied the character so perfectly that they were like, we can't do it. Like, we cannot recast that role. Like, what are we going to do? And sure enough, with this post-credit scene, he comes back. He is now the first character to play, or the first actor to play the same character in 2 different universes. Now, that's amazing. We've had some crossovers before, like you can look at Chris Evans, who played the Human Torch, and he played Captain America, or Lawrence Fishburne, who played the Silver Surfer, and then was in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like, we've had actors cross over, and even from DC to Marvel, stuff like that, but J.K. Simmons is the first actor to play the same character in 2 different universes. That's amazing. It's mind-blowingly good. So, this movie also, I don't know if this is true. Supposedly, if you look at the runtimes, I'm not good at math, and I'm too lazy to get a calculator out. As I talked about in the Endgame, if you add up all the runtime, now that we have this movie, from the first movie Iron Man to this, it is 3,000 minutes. So that's where the I Love You 3000 comes from. So just kind of fun to talk about. So a lot goes on. The post-credit scene, the very end, where the Skrull is actually Nick Fury. Has it always been Nick Fury? Like, if we go back to Iron Man, was that actually the Skrull and not Nick Fury? Have we ever seen Nick Fury? Who knows? Lots to talk about for this one. I'm so excited I'm finally caught up. I'd love to discuss it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I'll see you guys next time for whenever the Black Widow comes out.